Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to work with a classic American hardwood, red oak. Now some turners do avoid turning oak because it can be a bit fussy. However, I do like a good challenge. Plus you can't deny that beautiful grain pattern. First up, we'll start rounding it over. We got enough wood here, we're going to make a small but decorative, elegant wooden bowl. Red oak is incredibly hard. It actually rates a 1290 on the Jenkins scale, so you'll hear that machine gun sound until it's fully rounded over. Red oak is ring porous, meaning it has these open, large vessels. If you look closely at the end of the grain, it looks like a bunch of tiny little drinking straws. They're about the size of a pencil line. And just a little wood turning tip, red oak is known for its excessive tear out, so you want to go ahead and make sure your tools are nice and sharp. There's still a flat surface, so we got just a little bit more rounding to do. I'm a big fan of the carbide tip chisels, so I don't use traditional tools that much, but if you do use the traditional tools, just make sure you sharpen them twice as much as you think you need to. And now we'll start shaping out the bottom end. And now I'll go ahead and start cutting out the foot. I'm shaping out the bottom curve early to give the bowl its lift. Now I personally prefer a foot over the tenon for the bottom. However, everybody's different. Some people don't like the foot, they prefer the tenon. But I am curious, what do you prefer? A recessed mortise or raised tenon/foot in the bowls? Let me know what you think in the comments. Here's an interesting fun fact. Red oak is actually waterproof-ish, not all the way. Unlike white oak has a tylosis that plugs those straw-like pores I mentioned earlier. And also white oak they make bourbon barrels out of. That's something I like to turn because I do love my bourbon. So long story short, don't use red oak for any kind of a bowl that holds liquid because it will leak through the bottom, and I'm sure that'll piss you off. So now we're going to go ahead and start cutting out the interior of the bowl. I like to use Forstner bits to hog out the bulk of the material of the bowl. I like to use Forstner bits because they allow me to get to the precise depth of the bowl, so I know how far to go down. And now that the bulk material has been cut out, I'll finish it up with my chisels. And now that we're to the bottom, most bowls have a flat square edge surface. I actually want to do a rounded surface just to give it that little bit of an extra rustic look to it and make it more unique. Now we'll go ahead and start shaping the sides of the bowl. Now I usually like to keep my designs fairly simple. I've noticed if you go a little too wild with it and try to get technical with it, it kind of takes away from that nice rustic charm. We got to have that rustic charm. Now onward to sanding. Sanding is pretty vital here, especially with red oak, because it tends to hide the scratches in those hard to reach spots, so you just want to take your time with it. Then after the first sand, 80 grit, I'll do a water pop. Water pop, as it dries, it'll raise the wood fibers. You go back in after that when it dries, sand it back off, and it'll have a nice smooth feel. And then to help speed it up a little bit faster, I'll go ahead and use a heat gun. I've gotten a lot of questions about heat guns. I do the heat gun in two sections. Section 1 is after 80 grit for the water pop, and section 2 is for lacquer. I do this to help speed up the dry time. We're always so short on time with all these projects, so a great way to speed up that time is using the heat gun. And now for the finish, we're going to use a 3-step triple threat process. First, you want to go ahead and rub in some handmade friction polish. I make this friction polish. It's pretty simple to make. It's 3 parts. 1 part shellac, 1 part boiled linseed oil, and 1 part denatured alcohol. All you do is mix it up, rub it in, and then you rub it back out. Pretty simple. And then up next, I'll use a spray-on lacquer. The lacquer gives that high gloss build protection and makes that wood grain pop. I always use high gloss finish for that beautiful shine. And for the third and final step, you want to go ahead and use a beeswax polish. The beeswax gives it a hand buff wax layer for that silky organic feel. Plus it helps to buff out any rough edges that the lacquer may leave behind. We're getting close to wrapping this project up, but if you enjoyed this build, please hit that thumbs up. It really helps the algorithms and my channel. God bless you. You can really start seeing that wood grain pattern show through. It's all due to that high gloss shine. And there you have it. Gorgeous, a simple, elegant wooden red oak bowl. Pretty simple to make, anyone can do it. Look at that, I can put my picks into it. Well, this was a fun project, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, friend.